Hello and welcome to my second cousin's house in New Berlin, Hales Corners area, southern Wisconsin. I'm out here for Tour of America's Dairyland. I've been out here for about 5 or 6 days now. Me and my girlfriend drove from Denver. We did 20 hours in the car, went up to her family's cabin up in northern Wisconsin. After 20 hours, that long haul, we got to sleep in, we got to hang out on the lake, make good food, do some boating, do some laying around in hammocks by the lake. It was fantastic. So really kind of de-stress and also do a little bit of riding to help shake the travel out of my legs, I guess is how I would say it. After that, we hopped in the car, drove down to my family's farm in northern Wisconsin, or excuse me, I'm sorry, northern Illinois. So I'm actually from the Midwest. I got a lot of family roots here. I was born in Iowa, but have a lot of family in the area, Chicago area, Milwaukee area, which makes it really convenient as far as finding places to stay while I am out here for Tour of America's Dairyland, which takes place in southern Wisconsin. Let's see. After lots of travel, it's kind of hard to get that out of your legs. You feel heavy. You feel, yeah, I definitely felt it. So, day before yesterday was the first race that I could do of Tour of America's Dairyland. There was a Cat 2-3 race in East Troy. I believe it was the East Troy Cycling Classic, and beautiful small little town. Good showing. Lots of people came out. Like I said, I felt flat. It was kind of a weird course. There was a lot of very short stretches. There wasn't any long straightaways. It was really hard to gain any positions. Luckily, I felt comfortable. There was a lot of crashes, but I never was involved in one, so that was good. The last lap, I think I came around the last corner in like 4th place and faded a little bit back to about 7th for the finish. I was 7th place. So, lost some room around the turn because I had to take this weird outside line and upset someone because he was pulling off the front and I was trying to pass him, and luckily all's well that ends well, I suppose. The next day, I'm thinking, okay, I flushed out the legs, they're feeling better. Yesterday was up in Grafton, which is just off the lake, a little bit further north from Milwaukee, and this was a tough course. I mean, there was this long straight back stretch that went uphill, and then the finish line, coming through the finish line, was like probably 400 meters straight away, which I just don't ever see. It was just a drag race. So then you have the first person in the pack coming around the corner, and all of a sudden they're going 30 miles an hour, and the people in the back are still coming around the corner, so they just have to sprint like crazy to catch on. I spent probably the first 30 minutes at the back of the group, and I was sprinting out of 2 corners every lap of the race. That's not the way to win a bike race. You're going to waste a lot of energy doing that. So, comes to the last lap, I didn't see lap counter until 3 laps to go. I know a lot of people were complaining about it. They had this little like camouflage lap counter up in the corner that no one saw, but all of a sudden they're yelling 1 lap to go, and I blew myself up trying to get towards the front. I came out of the last corner probably in like 10th place, and we got like 250 meters, 300 meters to go to the line, which is a long way to sprint by yourself. So, geez, yeah, I had used so much energy to get to the front that I just exploded and was passed by, I think I ended up 21st overall. Not a terrible day. It was, I'm hoping for better. What I'm really hoping for, my optimistic view, is that I got the racing out of my legs. I was so shocked yesterday from racing 2 days in a row, coming off of lots of sitting in the car, that now everything's turned back on, it's ready to rock, and today's going to be just great. So today's race is up in Waukesha. I think that the course suits me a little better. Hopefully we can do something, try something, and get a little more in the action, because I was nowhere near the front all day yesterday, which is kind of a crazy feeling. It's the weekend now, so bigger fields. I would imagine that tomorrow and the next day are going to be a little bit quieter as far as the racing goes, but I think we were racing against like 80 people in the crowd yesterday, 80 people in the race. Let's see, so the beautiful Midwest, and the sun has been out a fair amount. Yesterday was a little overcast, but with that in mind, I want to talk real quickly about our sponsor, VSP. They give us sunglasses. They are a vision insurance company, and I believe this coming Wednesday is National Sunglasses Day. So we can all get behind that, both because it's really important in cycling to have stylish sunglasses, and also because they protect our eyes, of course. Those of us with diabetes are a little bit more at risk for eye problems, so we need to do our best to protect our eyes as much as possible. You're probably going to see a lot of, if you follow any of the Team Type 1 guys, you're going to see a lot of Twitter talk and Facebooking about National Sunglass Day. So wear your shades, look good in them, all of that. With diabetes in mind, my own diabetes, I did an awesome job controlling my blood sugar while traveling. I know a lot of people have a lot of trouble with that. I think despite sitting in a car for hours on end, after 20 hours in a car, the highest I tested my blood sugar during that time was 150, and it was just like, oh, I know what I did. I should have tested then, and I didn't, and now I'm 150. So that was great. Since I've been out here, the racing, stress levels, things like that, just jumping from place to place as far as where we're staying. Yesterday after my race, I shot way up and was up for a few hours despite trying to correct. I think everything's on track now. Hopefully my body settles into a little bit of a rhythm. It's impossible to do when you're living out of the back of a truck and staying in random houses and racing at different times every day, but I'm going to do my best to keep my blood sugar in good shape, because there's no way I'm going to make it through 10 days of racing if I am not being able to recover at a healthy blood sugar. So fingers crossed that all that stays in order, and I'll do my best to proactively manage all that. And yeah, so this is beautiful Wisconsin, man. You know, Illinois is fantastic. We're on a farm, so it's just, there's nothing to hear out there but the wind blowing. You know, up here, everything's just so green and lush. It's so humid up here that I end up with like this big curly hair as opposed to like the flat hair I'm used to. But I love this. I'm so vain. I love my curly hair, but I guess it's getting back to my Midwest roots. But yeah, got to see a bunch of teammates yesterday. Jeff Bannock ended up 10th in the race. It was kind of a weird finish to the race he was in yesterday, but good showing on his part. And onward and upward to the next few days of racing. Cheers.